Yo, what's up? What's up, y'all? This your girl Lola with Lola's Chronicles, and today I got interviewing with me an upcoming artist, Miss Brielle. How are you doing today?
How you doing? I'm good. I'm good. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for taking out the time to join me today.
Of course, of course.
So, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself.
Okay. What's up, everybody? Again, my name is Brielle. Mom, singer, songwriter, rapper, poet, uh, actress. Lord, the list goes on. But most importantly, I am newly an assault activist as well. Got to represent for my women out there. As y'all can see, protect Black women at all costs, but protect all women at all costs. You feel me?
I
Thank you
hear
so
that.
much for having me on the show today.
Yes, yes, that's what's up, and it's Women's Month, so shout out to
You
us,
already know.
all the women around the world, shout out to us. So, we're gonna kick it on off. How old were you when you developed a passion for music?
Ooh, okay. So, you could basically say I was born into it. Um, Church girl, basically born on the altar. My whole family sang, from my grandmother to my mother, my aunt, my cousin, all of us, all the girls in my family sang. So my mother started me off real young. She started recording me on her cassette tape. I'm aging myself right now. But she had the cassette tapes and she would record me. I started singing when I was like about 2. And it was just like, this was second nature to me. Like, I was always around it. My mother sung to me. She sung, I learned how to spell my name through songs. So, I've been in it since I was a baby. But I really started taking it seriously around 13.
Okay, around 13. What made you take it seriously?
So that's funny because my best friend actually asked me that the other day. So I was like maybe about in 7th grade, and we had to do like this project where we had to write a song about changing the world. So I was already, by this time I was already naturally a poet. And I don't know if that's like if everyone else has like gone into like songwriting or singing from being a poet first, but I was, writing poems at first. So I already had a skill for writing. And it challenged me to actually write my own song. So I did it for school. And the reaction that my teacher had, it let me know, like, wow, okay, I can do this like for real. How can I learn how to do this professionally? I aced it. I think I had one of the best songs in class. I remember it. It was called Make a Difference. And from there, that kind of sparked, that flame in me, like, I want to do this for real.
Okay, yeah, it be like that too.
Hmm.
Um, how has music opened doors in your life for you?
Oh man. So like I said earlier that I'm a church girl, but let me rephrase that. I'm a God girl, right? I'm not really a person that is like bound to a structure, but I feel like God lives within. So, I feel like basically, like, there's this scripture, right, that says your gift will make room for you, and this is something that God gave me, from the womb. So it's crazy that now I see it way more. I understand it at a larger scale because that's all I've been doing lately. And I have um been in different aspects of music. Just to give you a little background, I started off in church, so I started off singing gospel. And the time that I got, that flame ignited in me, like, you know what, you could do this for real, girl. I ended up applying to a high school program. It was located inside the local college from my city. and it was called Visual Performing Arts at the time. I never even heard of it. I thought they only had one like in New York, but they had one in my city too. So my guidance counselor was like, "Yeah, I heard about your song, and I heard that, you have a little voice on you, they having auditions." So I auditioned. So once I went into freshman year of high school, I went to a music magnet program. And then after I finished with that, I would go to my regular local high school. And there I was trained in jazz, as well as classical music. I can sing in 4 different languages. So yeah.
Check you out. Check you. Okay.
Yeah, and it just kind of came full circle for me because I was, even though I was more so around gospel music, my ear was always trained to be eclectic. Like my mother had, she let me listen to gospel. I listened to country music, soft rock. Like I've always, been like, oh, I like this and a little bit of this and a little bit of metal. Like I've always just been very versed with, what I like. So, me being in that program, we would actually go like across the east side from the north down to the south, and we would like compete. And I was one of the best soloists. We used to go to Boston. We went to the University of Hartford. We were really, really, really good. And that allowed me to know that I can go into different realms of music. Like I didn't just have to be one track minded. So it basically started in high school. Me seeing that, what, I can go in different rooms with this.
Okay, yeah. See, but when you know, because when it's in you, it's in you. It ain't just on you. So when you
Right,
got,
that
when
part.
it's your gift and your purpose, it finds its way to come out of you. So for the viewers out there that don't know, where are you from?
So I'm originally from Jersey City, New Jersey. I'm a 201 girl. A lot of people get us mixed up with New York because we kind of got that same
That
kind of
accent, yeah.
sound, but I'm a Jersey girl. Jersey girl. Then I moved to Cleveland, Ohio. So I moved to the Midwest. I like it out in the Midwest. It's different. They don't got no bodegas over there, but
Welcome to the Midwest, because I'm here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So welcome to the Midwest.
that's
Uh,
crazy. You know what? Real quick, I had one of my friends. She she had a friend out there, and she didn't want to get on the plane by herself. I was scared as hell. I was like, she was like, please don't let me go by myself. It was the first time as an adult that I was on a plane, and we went to Grand Rapids, Michigan. I think we was like, but we was in the hood part, like in Kensington, like the Kensington area, something with a K. Like we was real close. Like
Kenwood, probably
yes,
Kenwood.
Kentwood.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, I came out there. I was like, all right, girl. I thought we was gonna be in the little suburban part. It felt like home though. So I liked it. I was so scared though. Like I feel like God knocked me out on a plane because I was like, Lord, please don't let this plane crash, Lord. It was a good experience though. I liked it out there when I went.
That's what's up. Cause that's crazy you say that. Kentwood is like I mean, they got its areas, but it's more so we would look at it more like a more suburban area. And
Mhm.
they got their areas, but that's funny
Yeah,
that you
I was
say
in that, I was in that
that. You was in that
I
area.
was in that area. I was like, oh, okay, this feel like Jersey. What's up, y'all?
Right.
So
Hey, Kenwood got his parts. I swear it do. So, they swear they Ken Hood all day long. I
yup,
swear.
yup. It was
So,
cool out there.
that's crazy. So tell us, what are some challenges you faced so far on your journey?
Okay. So, you know, um, it's really not easy sometimes being yourself in a place that a lot of people don't know who they are. And for a long time, a lot of the challenges used to be that people thought that I had a certain air about myself because they would look at my face and they would, shout out to Doreen and Floyd for making me, I appreciate them for that, but, I've always been very humble. My mother taught me that humility was everything. No matter what room you go into, to always, remember who put you in that room, and that's God. So, um, I'm a very approachable person, and I guess a lot of people, they would be intimidated, but I didn't know it was because I had a presence when I walked in the room, because
Yeah,
I was still searching myself and finding myself. Like sometimes it's hard. I was a young mom. I got pregnant at 19, and I had my first child at 20. So, you know, now that I'm older, I could say I was still a baby, still finding myself, knowing what I like, what I don't like, who I am with my
exactly.
own identity, because I'm like, some people think they know who they are,
But
but
they
when
really don't.
we're born into these families, we don't get to choose our family. So we're taught what they know,
Yep,
but you have to then find that time where it's like, what, okay, I learned this, but sometimes you have to unlearn to learn the right way for your own path. And
to step into your own, basically. To I get that completely because that's exactly how I am with my family.
yeah,
You don't get to pick and choose. So breaking them generational curses, and what I'm saying. So I get exactly what you mean.
yeah. And you want to know what, it's funny that you said that, because I was talking to my best friend the other day, and I was telling her, I was like, um I'm gonna start being more careful with my words, because I also feel like that generational curses, air quotes, like was also something that was passed down to us too, like to say it. And I'm like, you know what? We have to really understand that we have power with our words. So I'm like, I'm gonna stop saying that this is a generational curse, because I'm not cursed, honey. I'm
I
blessed.
Okay, I hear that. Teach me something.
So what I say now is, we breaking these generational patterns,
Okay.
because it's a pattern, because it was learned. It was learned from our mother and our mother's mother, and all they know is what they were taught. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like with them 80s and them 90s babies, we like just came in this era. I'm happy to be a 90s baby. I'm like, we came in this era where it's like
You
we
an 80 baby. I'm an 80s baby.
breaking the mold. We breaking the mold. We're the ones that's gonna go against the grain, and these constraints, that have been put on society and have been placed in us, especially as a black and brown people.
Yes,
I'm we breaking it, and it's hard. And
it is.
it's been hell, but I believe that you could experience heaven on earth. So I'm willing to go through the mud and the fire, as long as that I come out refined as gold. So, it's just like, I just feel like one step at a time, I'm unlearning things, and it's allowing me to be the woman that I am today.
Yeah, with that mindset, you definitely gonna go far. You definitely gonna go far with that mindset and that concept on how you look at things. You know what I'm saying? Because that just made me realize some things too. Maybe I need to quit saying generational curses and look at it as a pattern.
Hmm.
Because you right. They don't know. They going by based off what they was taught. We wasn't here when they was being taught, so it all get mixed up, and then we become mothers. Because I'm a mother as well, so I get it how we want to do things differently and raise our children differently and the way we expect things to go. So I definitely, I'm definitely getting some knowledge from you in this interview. So I'm really glad that you came on the show today because it opened my eyes to something different too. And I like to learn something new every day. Um, how was your first performance experience?
Ooh, okay. So, like solo.
The first time you got on the stage and performed?
Okay, so the first time I got on the stage and I performed, as an actress, because I've been acting since I was 5.
Okay.
So that kind of broke me like out of that stage fright. Um Shout out to my creative dramatics teacher, my godfather, Dr. Cornelius L. Barker. He was the one who like let me know like you're meant for the stage. So it was it was like just, I think, divine time for me, because like I said, I was singing from since I was young, and in this creative dramatics class, he would have us put on skits for our parents, and it was like we would lip sing a lot of the music in it. So it was just prepping me for who I am going to be now, and who I am now. And I was nervous, and this is one thing that people, they always think that I'm lying when I tell them. I'm like, it doesn't matter, from my first performance all the way up until my most recent performance, I'm always nervous. Like, no matter how many times I did it, I be scared shitless sometimes. I'll be like, oh my gosh. I'm like, Lord, please don't let it come out in my tone. Like, because I feel like when you still get a little bit nervous before whatever your art is, like if you still feel that them little butterflies in your stomach, like it's still like that little hunger that's still in you. It's still like, it still reminds you that you're human. Like, hey, it's okay if I mess up because I'm not a robot. But what I tell my students now, because I also vocal coach, what I tell them now, I'm like, it's not about how you mess up, it's how you recover.
Yep.
So I use that for myself. So if I get a little nervous, I don't know, I just use the nerves and I just push it out and when I sing.
And see, I got to get the courage. I've been invited to some events to read from some of my books, and I'm like, man, I really don't like reading in front of people, but I done accepted the invites to do it. So you got to keep me in your prayers on this one, because I'm like, yeah, I get nervous too, and it's like, whoo, we gonna see how this roll this year. I prayed for it, and it's coming apart. So I just got to get ready. I got to get ready.
But you want to know what, you already are, like, you already, because if they asked for you, right, that means no matter what state you are in now, mentally, emotionally, if you feel like you're ready or not, that means that somebody else has the eye to see she's ready. And as long as you show up as you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong, because there's somebody out there that needs to hear you, who needs to see you raw, uncut. You don't have to fix yourself up, to like try to go over well with people, because they need to see who you are, and it might inspire the next woman or next person to be like, you know what, she went up there and she came as herself, and it made me feel comfortable to now move forward with what I want to do. Like, it's only one you. No one could beat you at that. So just show up. They invited you. All you gotta do is show up now.
All right, you right. You right about that. So, who would you say inspires you?
Mm. Um. Hmm. So if I was speaking from a vocal aspect, Whitney. I'm a Jersey girl. Whitney Houston is the reason why I sing. She is the reason why I sing like that. I wish I met her. Like I always say, like that's my vocal mother.
Me
Anybody who
too.
knows
I swear, that's my favorite. I
that's
love Mr. Whitney Houston for real. So shout out to Whitney.
myself. I'm like, she was still, she still had a little hood in her. But when it came to show up and show out, like she was classy. She was one of a kind. That voice, it will never be another. And she was basically like the person who I looked up to, because I realized at a young age that I'm like, my voice is different from a lot of people that I grew up around. I'm like, I'm like, my voice is not as high or as light as the next person. I'm like, my voice was very raspy, very distinctive, very much powerhouse, if you will, and I'm like, I struggled with that at first because I'm like, what if they don't understand my art because I don't sound like anybody else? And then I will always look back at Whitney and be like, I'm like, it's okay to be different. It's okay to be set apart from other people because that's how people will remember you. So I would say Whitney is the reason why I sing, and um Beyonce is the reason why I go as hard as I do because I study. That's why you see my name on Facebook is Beyonce, and because I feel like I sound like her because our range is totally different. But I studied her work ethic. I study her work ethic. Like Beyonce, I feel like is that bitch because of the way everything is in order, the way she stays on top of, her vocals. She is practicing every day. She don't take no days off. I started going to the gym just like how her and Destiny Child used to be. Now I ain't put the heels on yet, but Matthew Knowles, he used to have them jogging on the treadmill and singing to build up their breath control. I've added that to my routine, and I'm like, it's her presence. It's when she walk in a room. It's realizing that I can come out on stage and stand and be in the moment before I even have to open my mouth.
Right.
So I would say it's a mix of them two. But if I was not talking from the vocal aspect, um, I have to really say myself. Like, and it took me a while to get to this point, but I really, really look up to myself because I'm the only child. I don't have any siblings on my mother's side. And I'm like, I was raised with my cousin and with my god sister Sierra. She was my sibling. So that's like probably the only relationships that I've had that I felt like I had like someone to protect me was my sister Sierra. But other than that, like when I wasn't around her, like I've always had to figure it out myself.
Yeah.
I've always had to fend for myself. I'm my mother's only child, so I be telling people that I was like the son daughter. Like so, I'm like the things that was expected of a daughter, it was the things of a son was expected of me too.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
like, I'm like when you come up like that and I was very sheltered, didn't want to be, but I understand why. I was very, very sheltered. She kind of kept me like trying to protect me from the world, but that never stopped the world from happening.
Yeah.
So you know life be life in.
Life be life-ish. You can't. I mean, there's nothing you can really do but go through your journey. That's the only way you're gonna find out who you are is to go through life. You know what I'm saying? So life be life, and no matter how you try to hide things or keep things away from kids or even adults, it's got a way of finding you. So
Yeah. So proud of myself. I've been through the hell and the rain and the sleet and the snow, and I'm still here 10 toes down. And I owe that all to God and to my two best friends. If I didn't have my two best friends, Alicia and Candace, I probably wouldn't be here right now. I
shout
probably.
out to y'all, man, for real, cause I get it, cause it's when you got some people in your corner that's really there. You know what I'm saying? That makes a big difference. So shout out to them, and I'm very proud of you. I want to tell you that too.
Thank you, and I'm proud of you too,
Thank
cause
you.
like sometimes you just gotta hear it, and
Yep.
and it does so much for me. I appreciate that for real.
Yes. What's some advice that you would give your younger self if you could sit down and have a one-on-one with your younger you?
Mm. If I could sit down with my younger self, I would have probably told myself, stop being so hard on you. Stop putting yourself on a pedestal because of who your family is, you know? And if I could just kind of go into detail, um, I was raised very, very traditional, strict Church of God in Christ. You know, they had skirts on all the way down to their ankles. We had to wear white stockings. You couldn't wear no lipstick, no big earrings, like stuff like very, very tight. You know, and you know, like I was saying earlier, like we are taught things that other people learned. Like they didn't know any better. But I'm just glad to say that I am where I am now because I come from a bloodline that were people pleasers, and this is what I call myself a reformed people pleaser. I used to care about what other people thought, about what they said, and I had to unpack that and realize that this came from my upbringing because don't say this, don't say that, walk like this, talk like that, make sure your posture is straight, and I'm like I always was like I was always a tomboy, like
Me
don't put
too. So
me
I get it.
don't put me in no pink. Like when I tell you I was out here looking like Mike, I was looking like Bow Wow for uh, like cornrows straight to the back, no earrings,
Not like Bow Wow.
big back sweatpants, like but for church, I got put on the pink dress and these little white itchy stockings and just you have to look like this, you have to sound like this, you have to be on time, you have to, and it was just drilled in me so much that I was like, yo, I when I get older, I am not going to move like this. I'm not going
Right.
to do this to my kids. I'm not going to hold them in this high unreasonable regard because it takes away your humanity. It takes away the will to mess up and make a mistake. Like, people, they expect you to just know. And because I was the only child and I've always been the outspoken one, so it's like, oh, well, since you're so outspoken, that means that you must know. So you figure it out. And I'm like, damn, just because I have my own mind doesn't mean that I don't need guidance.
Exactly. I can relate to that. I really can relate to that. That's crazy.
I still guide me. But when you realize that just because you're the youngest of the family, but that has nothing to do with soul age. It has nothing to do with soul age. I know I've been here before. You
Me
know,
too.
like a lot of people, like I've always been an old soul. If you meet anyone who knows me personally, I've always been an old soul. And it's like, people will count you out, especially unfortunately, my experience, your own blood, they'll count you out because you're going against what they've known all their life. And I'm like, I'm not trying to say anything bad about what your thoughts is and how you feel like you should navigate through life. I'm just saying that that's not for me. And
Yeah.
my thing is, if it's so good that you're navigating through life like this, why are you still mentally in the same place? Why are you still emotionally in the same place? Why are you spiritually?
In the same place. Exactly.
But you're instead of being open and welcoming to the fact that people have different paths, you'll rather shun me or turn your face when I need help, you know, but y'all on my Facebook acting like y'all support me. Look, I love you, but love me from over there because you want
Yeah.
to know what? I've never made y'all feel like y'all are wrong. Don't make me feel like I'm wrong because my path is different from yours. And I'm like, my motto is grow with me. And if you can't grow with me, you gotta go. And it's like, look, it's no hard feelings. I'll still love you the same.
But from a
But if
distance.
we're not growing, why are you on this earth?
Yeah.
Let me put a disclaimer. I'm not saying to unalive yourselves because I also believe in suicide prevention. Okay, when I say that, I mean they like you're only existing. You're not living if you're not growing. If you're still in the same mindset that you was in the 1970s and the 1980s and the 1990s, and we're well into what the 22nd, 21st, 22nd century at this point, there's something wrong. You will have now become stagnant, and now you feel like there's a part of you that is left out
Yeah.
because you're not, learning and growing with the times. That's why when you if you went on my YouTube, I call like my platforms, majority of my platforms is Brielle's Garden, on TikTok too. Brielle's Garden, and not just because I'm from the Garden State, but that's one of the reasons. But it's really about, tending to yourself, mind, body, and soul. Like, you have to water yourself because you can't expect everybody to water you. But people be wanting you to come and pour into their cup. But how can
Right.
you pour if you empty? You gotta grow you. You gotta plant the right seeds. And sometimes the people around us, and it's not that it's always necessarily intentional, but they plant bad seeds, and sometimes you got to get that weed whacker, and you
And
got
get
to
them up
pull
out
up,
of there. Get
you
them
got
up
to
out
pull
of there.
around that foul ground, break up that soil and plant the right seeds. And sometimes only you could water you, because some people, they're not in the space to mentally understand, like, but it's because
Yeah.
different from yours. But I respect your path, just respect mine.
Yep, I hear that. Yep, that one. That's the perfect answer because you're so right about that. You was right about that. Go ahead, girl. Talk that shit, then.
Word.
Talk
Word.
that shit, then. I
So,
hear that.
know,
You
you
know. So, can we expect the album from you soon?
you can expect a single from me soon. I was down, for the last year, for I know that you know a little bit about it, but um I just started really coming back outside and doing music again because I was down. A coward robbed me and brutally assaulted me. It'll make a year next month. And I ended up coming back to my hometown, to do something for my sister who had passed. And I was literally existing, minding my business. And I got brutally assaulted. I didn't even look like this. My half of my face was like not even. It didn't even look like me. Broke my hand. I couldn't write for a while, but I just want to show this now because I couldn't do.
Right. Just look at God.
God is a keeper. God never left me, and it put me down for a minute, and I really was going to give up on singing because everything that I needed to sing was altered. And shout out again to my best friends because they spoke life into me when all I wanted to do was die. And now I'm back.
I'm
I'm
glad you back, and I'm so sorry that happened to you. That you was a victim of that, and I'm glad that you didn't give up or just shut down completely. Cause nobody, I never know what that felt like, but just to have that happen to you randomly, I'm sorry that that happened, and I'm glad you didn't give up for real, and that you're back, ready to get back out here and do what you do.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, so much. And I'm like, I have to keep pushing and I have to go forth because I'm like, the problem is this happens to us all the time. It's the fact that when it happens, we get quiet.
Yep.
I was quiet for a while. I was discouraged for a while because I was listening to people who I thought was for me telling me, "Oh, you're looking for pity. Oh, well maybe if you wasn't doing this or you probably walked away from God or because of, your sexual preference and
Yeah.
your lifestyle, this is why this happened." I heard all of that shit while I was trying to heal. But you want to know what? I'm like, I'm a testament right now that you could look at me and realize that God never left my side. I didn't die in it because I was supposed to. I was supposed to, but I'm still here. And because I'm here, I'm not shutting up. I'm going to stand up for every cis woman. I'm standing up for every trans woman. I'm standing up for every non binary individual who are randomly assaulted and nothing is done about it. So while we talking about it now, Jersey City Police Department, get on y'all job. Get on y'all job. Serve and protect the way y'all supposed to. I'm like, I reached out to the papers. I reached out to the city hall to try to get to the mayor. I reached out and there's really no resources. So because that happened, I am starting a nonprofit organization for individuals who go through it. It's called Back to Life. um, and I'm working on my comeback concert right now. Please expect a single to drop, and I will say May. We're shooting for May. This is my comeback single. For a minute, I was like, oh, I don't really want to, you know, write right now because I couldn't, and I'm like, I didn't feel inspired, but my writer's block is gone, and
Up
my
when that writer's block leave, that's man. Whew, girl, that's what's up.
my
Cause
writer's
mine is
block.
gone too, and I am ready.
Yes, so I'm like, I'm hungry again, and I'm like, this time I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm like, cause people was expecting me to come out like with a song like, and I can't believe that he fucked me up. I'm not doing
Right?
that. Okay, I'm not doing.
No,
But I am gonna this song is really, really fire. Like I can't wait
can't
to
wait to hear it.
maybe I could come back on the show and we could debut
Of
it here.
course,
But it's really about tapping within and going within and realizing that God is within you. I was taught so long, oh, look up, look up, look up, and we missing God because God,
it's right there, right there.
but that's what I ain't gonna go too deep, but
Right.
I was taught, oh, look up. And I'm like, God be saying, look within. And this is what I had to do because I had no choice. I had to sit down because I was so like bruised and physically messed up. Like I had nothing else to do but sit and hear God, so it allowed me to really, go within and I just want to say, heal what you feel. It's not it don't always feel good, but it's so necessary. Like go through it, feel it so you can heal it because it's so many people who don't go through, they don't want to feel it. They act like it didn't happen. They disregard it and then they wake up 50 years old, 60 years old, still
Still hurting.
20-year-old mindset.
Yep. Still hurting because they stuck. Yep.
And like that's as a part of life you're gonna go through, but like don't just go through it. I say grow through it,
Yep.
grow it. So I'm excited to get back into this music. I'm also a part of a karaoke competition right now, so if you
Yeah, I've been seeing that. I've been seeing that.
we doing good. I'm in third right now, but I'm
Okay.
trying to get to first.
We gonna get there. We gonna get there.
So, just I'm using this gift right now to open those doors, and it's so crazy. And I just want to say thank you to the coward who felt like he had to almost take my life. I want to say thank you because you don't even know that it's still pushing me into my destiny. Moi.
I know.
Okay.
Right. I know that's right. And you know what? I want to let you know, Lola's Chronicles podcast platform is always open to you. Whenever you want to come on the show, if you want me to help you promote some things, you got my full attention and you got me standing behind you 100%. We is locked in without a key. You know
Word.
what I'm saying? So we both black women trying to build platforms and do what we do. I'm an author as well as a podcaster, and I built this platform to not, everybody is so worried about what celebrities doing, and I'm more focused on what people like us are doing. because we all have gifts and talents that don't get enough spotlight because we're not famous or we don't have a million followers or viewers and this and that. So I feel like I give my platform to others to be able to tell their story and their journey, because you never know what a person is going through. You never know what a person have experienced.
Right.
And I'm all for a story because I have one too. You know what I'm saying? So I get it and I can relate. I'm learning a lot from different people. It's helping me grow. Like some things you said today has really got me thinking, and it's motivated me to become a better person as well, because I'm on that journey right now.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, yeah, I fall off the bandwagon sometimes, but I'm on that journey trying to become a better person from what I was, and a lot of people don't believe in me, and then a lot of people do. But I open this platform to you and I stand behind you. I support you 100%. If it's anything I can help with, all you got to do is shoot me an inbox, tag me, be like, hey, I need you to share this. And when you get ready in May, come on back on the show. You know
Or
what I'm saying? Doors is always open. So you are more than welcome to always come back on the show and we can kick it. If you see me though, I'm gonna have a group discussion, a topic, and you wanna come on here and be like, hey, I wanna be a part of it, come talk some shit with me. I'm always looking for people to come and express themselves and share knowledge with other people. For
awesome.
the most part, I want you to shout out where we can find you at, how people can look you up, plug yourself in.
Okay, so on Facebook, you can find me at Briance. It's BRIE space Yonce with the little asterisk on the top. You can find me there. You can find me also on Instagram and TikTok at Brielle's Garden. Brielle's Garden, one word. You can find me on YouTube, Brielle's Garden as well. Subscribe. Um, and in the light of it being Women's History Month, even though we are women every day and we should be celebrated every day, is Women's History Month. I do have a single out with the beautiful queen Jennifer Henefe J Sass, dope artist, rapper. We did a song together called Salute. It is the woman anthem. Make sure you stream it. It's out on all streaming platforms. Happy Women's History Month. Keep making her story every day. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you. And we gonna link and we gonna grow.
Yes, thank you so much for everybody that's tuning in. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, follow, show support and love to each other. And you know what? And we out.